Well, it is day 14. 14 days in quarantine. Fingers crossed this is our last day. We're actually getting ready to go. We're packing up. We don't know for sure. COVID test hasn't come back yet. Sometimes they take 2 days to get the results back, but I guess we're being optimistic. This morning I actually came out here and I watched as they wheeled out this green cart thing, which is a luggage cart. I feel like they're getting ready for us to leave. I also watched the guy down there go into the bushes, pull out a cage that had a rat in it, big rat. He didn't know what to do with it. He put it out in front of a cat. The cat looked at it and said no. And then he took it, he dumped it into like an old rice sack, and then he just went and beat it on the ground and looked in the bag, and I could see straight into the bag that rat was dead. So yeah, we're definitely in Southeast Asia again. We got some breakfast coming, bags basically are packed, and now we wait. We sit by this phone and we wait for a phone call saying that we can leave.
Push it to my body, don't worry for me. What they want from me.
All right, here we are, day 15 of quarantine. There are people in a different hotel who are on the same flight as us. They've all been released. The people who got tested from this hotel yesterday have gotten the clear to be released, even though they got tested 24 hours after us. Quite frustrated. I feel like I've been in holding for a month and a half. I'm so tired of waiting. We got shit to do. Sarah's got to get a new passport. We need to find a place to live.
What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? I'm trying to work at the same time as this bullshit, so I don't even know. Like, it's hard. It's frustrating when you hear that somebody else has been released. Or like everybody else basically on your flight has been released now at this point. Some people were even released yesterday morning.
So we continue to wait. Hello? Okay. Thank you. Freedom! Freedom! Let's go!
Y'all don't know people like this. Y'all don't know people like this. Y'all don't know people like this.
We are out of quarantine, finally. It's been a long 15 days, half a month. That's a long time. I run with people who had shorter sentences in prison than that, and they could go out in the yard and shiv people in the sun. So a quick update about the quarantine in Cambodia. In my last video, I said that we were allowed to leave the room. No, not anymore. I also said that we are allowed to skip the meal plan and order off the menu. No more, not allowed. You have to get the $30 a day slag fry now. I also threatened a guy for snitching in regards to the lax COVID regulations happening in our hotel. Snitches end up in ditches. And then I proceeded to brag about the lax COVID regulations happening in our hotel. People are wondering, is it my fault they no longer let you skip the meal plan? Not my fault. The video actually went up after they announced no more skipping the meal plan. Survey says, not my fault. So we checked out of the hotel and they gave us a little bill, and I can now tell you how much of the $2,000 that quarantine cost us. It was $825, and that's just for the hotel. I'm like a little too comfy here maybe. People are gonna see this and be like, that guy's too comfy, I don't wanna watch his videos. If we did have the meal plan, it would have been an extra $420, and that would have brought our total to, pretend you're not looking over at a screen because you can't remember numbers, $1,245 for two of us total. That's not right. 840 plus $420 each for the meal plan, total of $1,665 for the two of us, hotel and food. But we ordered every meal off the menu, which came to $643. No, but we ordered every meal off the menu, and that came to $608.43 for the two of us. So that's a total of $18.53 for a total of 15 days, 14 nights, 2 people, quarantine, Cambodia. I gotta tell you, I am so happy to be out of quarantine. We're 5 days out now, about 5 days. I think it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days. And it was pretty overwhelming going from one hotel room for half a month to boom, the streets of Phnom Penh, which can be pretty chaotic at times. No, thank you. But I am enjoying it. I've been apartment hunting, so I've seen quite a bit of the city already. I have been shooting the apartment hunt, so you can expect a video about that in a week or so. First thing we did was check into a really nice hotel, which made it difficult for me to motivate myself and get out into the streets and away from the rooftop pool and bar. A little beer on tap, and check this out. This is crazy. These guys here redoing this roof. That's a terrible image, but it doesn't look to me like the guy's got a rope on him. He's wearing sandals. That's a steep ass roof. My initial thoughts about Phnom Penh. Let's go. Now, I've been here 3 times before. First time was about 10 years ago, and it was nothing like this, not even close. Totally different city now. I hated it at first, but it's changed so much. Last time I was here about 3 years ago, and again, totally changed again. Everything is changing so fast here. All these skyscraper buildings, all these tall buildings you see here, those came up within the last 10 years, and you can count the amount of buildings under construction still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, just everywhere. Just buildings going up everywhere still. So the city is expanding, it's changing so fast, and the amount it's changed in the past 10 years is just incredible. I think there are 2 sides to PP. Can I call Phnom Penh PP without having to stop and giggle? There's only one way to find out, I guess. PP really feels... No, I can't do it. Phnom Penh really feels different depending on what level you're at. And when I say what level, I mean monetary level, but I also mean physically what level you're at, like what floor you're at. This hotel is a pretty good example of that. It's peaceful up here. The other day I watched a hornbill fly by. The rooftops here, like nice and colorful, and nice breeze, a little bit cooler up here. I get my breakfast in the morning, I grab a cup of coffee, stand out here and just look across the rooftops. And this type of luxury is pretty affordable here for most Westerners. I think this hotel is about $50 a night. And I think that draws a lot of people to Cambodia. The idea that you can live a luxurious life for an affordable price. It's definitely one of the reasons we wanted to come here. Just our dollar goes further. But I think if you're coming here for just that reason, then you're making a mistake. The other side of Phnom Penh is at the street level. It's a little broken up. You see the sidewalk's broken up here. It's a little gray, not so colorful. It's noisy. The tuk-tuks are flying by, making a lot of buzzy noises. Sometimes you get a weird Southeast Asia sewer smell. The heat can be unbearable. Definitely not a good city for walking around, but there's also a buzz to it that's kind of addictive. Ooh, some fish. That looks pretty good. You know, you go through these little alleys, these mazes of alleys, and explore them, and you're always finding little food spots and stuff. It's exciting, and it's one of the main reasons we came here. So I think if you don't enjoy that, if you can't get behind that side of Cambodia, then you probably shouldn't come here. You probably shouldn't just come here for the cheapness of it. Just hiding away in an apartment and ordering food for delivery. I don't know. For me, it's not the way to live. I want to be out. I want to explore. I want to, you know, walk by these beautiful temples and find some awesome food, which I'm actually on my way to right now.
Chicken curry noodle, 8,000 real. Fish curry noodle and Cambodian noodle, 6,000 real.
Fish curry? Okay, I'll take that. Just ordered up a bowl of fish curry noodles. Oh, hello. Ooh, look at these herbs. come with it. Little flowers on those. I'm excited. Perfect. Thank you. Look at that. That looks amazing. So this is like fish that's been cooked down and mixed with the curry. This is banana flour that's shredded up. It's like maybe some shallot or something, I don't know. Oh yeah, baby. And of course you're gonna pack it with a bunch of these herbs. Let's try it by itself first though. Yeah, it's really good. It's like a coconut curry. So lately I've been thinking a lot about where we want to live, but not just where in the city, also at what level. Do we get an apartment up high, out of the streets? Or do we want to live in all the excitement? Ooh, look at this. Just drying beef out in the sun. Right now I don't know the answer to that question. Hopefully I'll be able to figure it out as we view more apartments, but I think it's going to make a huge difference as to how much we're taking out of the city, how much we're giving back to it, and just the overall feeling that we have in Phnom Penh. The one thing you're struck by immediately here is the friendliness of the people. No, thank you. Everyone seems so happy, the hotel staff, the tuk-tuk drivers, all the people that have been helping me find an apartment. So many big smiles, and just a genuineness to it all. Okay, serious for a moment. I want to mention that I am surprised by the amount of hatred, maybe hatred is a strong word, but the amount of negative things I've heard about Chinese people in this city. I've heard at least 5 comments where people have said something like, oh, you don't want to live in that area because there are a lot of Chinese people there, or don't worry, there are no Chinese people in this building. It's unsettling, especially considering I lived in China. I met so many nice, amazing people there. I feel like I have a relationship with China, but the Khmer seem to have something against the Chinese, or maybe they think that Westerners don't like Chinese people. I don't really know. There are a lot of Chinese people here, and a lot of them are building things like skyscrapers and stuff, so maybe there's concern about China making Cambodia more like China and taking away the Khmer culture a little bit. I'm not really sure though. I don't know what it is, and I don't mean to stir up trouble at all. I'm just kind of like taken aback by the whole thing. Let's talk about the heat. It is hot. Milk would be a bad choice. The heat is going to take some getting used to. In the mornings and in the evenings, it's actually really nice, but in that middle part of the day, it's brutal out there. So you have to kind of plan your schedule around it. I get up at 5 a.m., I go have breakfast by 7, I go out and run errands until about 10:30, then I'm back in here in the aircon until I have to go out for lunch in the middle of the day. But all that'll change once I have an apartment. I can make lunch at home, or I can order food here even. But also when I have a scooter, I'll be able to drive places and I won't have to walk in that sun. Independence Monument. Thumbs up if you like independence. Not literally, literally independence, but not literally give me a thumbs up, like hit the little thumbs up, I guess is what I'm asking. Yeah, it's beautiful. Big long park here. This is, I guess, like kind of the main road, one of the main roads in Phnom Penh. To be honest with you, I don't know if that's Independence Monument or that. I think that is. I think this is, that's probably the king. Another thing that took me by surprise is the amount of Westerners here. So many Westerners, I can't believe it, especially considering there's no tourism right now. So all these people are living here, which is good for me because a lot of them open up businesses and they bring a lot of those Western perks here. I haven't really delighted in them yet, but it's good to have. I know I'm definitely eventually gonna crave some really good cheese, or I don't know, something like a drive around in a Prius. White people love Priuses. I just want to make sure that I don't only live in that expat world though, and I think it would be easy to fall into that here. So it's something that I'm thinking about. It's something that I'm actively combating by learning about the culture, going out and trying the local foods, and even learning a little bit of Khmer, which is a language. What else is a language? English is a language. What am I going to talk about next? The English language. You just got segued on. How does it feel to be segued on by the king of segues? All day, every day, segue. I can't believe how many locals speak English in this country. And not just speak it, they're like close to fluent in them. Even like tuk-tuk drivers, it's pretty incredible. To learn English when your native tongue is a language like Khmer, that's got to be difficult. So props to everybody in this country who's learned English, who speaks it well. Yeah, just good job, guys. And of course, that's going to make my life 100 times easier. It'll be easier to communicate what I want. It'll be easier to have local friends and just have a relationship with Cambodia in general, I think. Of course, we can't talk about anything anymore without mentioning COVID-19. I was trying to talk about a poop I had the other day, and I felt like I had to mention the fact that said poop had not been vaccinated yet. The COVID situation in Cambodia has gotten worse over the past 6 months or so, but the numbers are actually still lower than they are in Ecuador, the last place I was at. But they are very serious about it here. Outside of buildings, you're going to find QR codes that they want you to scan and kind of register that you're going into the business. Some places won't even let you in unless you do it. Others just kind of have it as a courtesy thing. I'm a bit torn about that, tracking people, where they go, it's an invasion of privacy. What are they doing with that information? Are they selling it to advertisers? I don't know what's going on. But this other end of it, you know, they can say, hey, you were at this bar at this time and somebody else was there and it turns out they have COVID. Don't be making out with people anymore. Yeah, so I don't really know how to feel about it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Masks are mandatory here. Some restaurants are not open, they're only doing deliveries or pickup. There are some limitations on alcohol. I don't know if I can buy it from a store. Haven't tried that yet, but some restaurants have said, no, we can't serve alcohol now. And some hotels in the area may still be serving people. I don't know if they're supposed to be, but they might be doing that. Snitches end up in ditches. There's a curfew right now. It's 10 p.m., which is past my bedtime, so it hasn't affected me. But hopefully that doesn't last too long because, I don't know, maybe I'll want to go out late one night. Maybe I'll take up stalking. I'm always looking for new hobbies. Go out, stalk people. The good thing is, a lot of the population has been fully vaccinated already. But guess who has 2 thumbs and only 1 vaccine? This guy. So I'm gonna go out right now and try to get my 2nd shot in Cambodia. I'm due for it. Let's go try it. Who knows, maybe we can do it. This is a cool way to end the video. Let's go, right? Now they're not letting me in because my proof of first vaccination is too shoddy because Ecuador just gave me a printout card with some writing on it. So this might be right. I don't know. The lady took my card and now I'm like all paranoid that I'm not going to get it back because it's the only thing I have. Well, that didn't work. They told me I need a blue card to get it. And I don't have a blue card. They said you can get it probably at some other hospital, but he said go to Phnom Hospital. And I said, what? Phnom. And I was like, can you spell that? And he said, Phnom. And I was like, okay, I don't know what the hell you're saying, so I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Okay, I'm at a second hospital here. I just am taking a shot in the dark. I found one that has a similar sounding name to what he was saying, kind of, not really, but not what I heard, but you know, it's hard. So I'm gonna see if I can get it here. I don't know where I'm going though. It's a no-go. They're doing only boosters here. was a huge waste of sweat. So I guess I got to figure that out still. And I definitely do want to figure that out, not just for the safety of myself and the people around me, but also because Cambodia is not afraid to put restrictions on things when it comes to being vaccinated. I've already come across one building that said we only allow people to live here if they have been fully vaccinated. Do I agree with that policy? I don't necessarily. I think that's a bit much, but at the same time, it's their building, so I guess it's up to them. But go get vaccinated. Doctors say it's important, and every single doctor is smarter than you. Basically, you're an idiot. Trust me. If you're watching this channel, you're probably an idiot. You think doctors are watching this channel? No, they're out busy being smarter than you. Oh, I saw a bird. Something vibrating in my pants. Don't know where that came from. Is it here? I think that's a pretty good spot to end this video. Covered all my points, insulted the viewer. So I will get back to my to-do list. I got a lot to do before I'm fully settled in Cambodia. But so far, I am enjoying it. I'm loving me some Cambodia. I might even take Cambodia down to the dairy freeze, share a banana split with it, maybe do the whole like, hey Cambodia, you got some hot fudge on your cheek there. Let me get that for you. Oh Cambodia.
Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for good health. One day I'm gonna go ball. Fuck around and buy the whole mall. Breaking that cake. Flexing 700 in the bank. Not a superhero, I don't save. Look at my face. Look at my grades. Don't match up, no love. Fuck a date. I just fade. When I hit the jack, you can keep the pie. Every night I gamble, I stop. Yeah. When I check the cost, I was like, oh, that's expensive. Hey, rolling flex in my ear.